No one knows for certain what life had been like for Philip and Dade, two dogs found abandoned together in Oregon, but their bodies bore heartbreaking signs of mistreatment and neglect. Despite both being in such poor condition, however, it soon became clear that what mattered most to them was one another, and thankfully, their rescuers agreed. Multnomah County Animal Services was alerted to Philip and Dade by an anonymous call last October. That's when they were found by Officer Sophia Condon, tethered to a pole. They were both scared, but Condon managed to win their trust. She could see just how in need of help they were. Philip, a poodle mix, had heavily matted fur covering his frail, emaciated body. Dade's short hair made his starved state even more readily apparent. They both looked so uncomfortable and defeated, Condon told the Dodo. So from there, she rushed them to the Dove Lewis Animal Hospital for treatment. Dove Lewis staff soon set about assessing the dogs' physical conditions, and in doing so, saw how deeply they cared for each other. From the moment they entered our emergency room, it was clear that these two had a special bond, veterinarian Becca Fallander told the Dodo. Our entire hospital staff was touched by the strong connection that these two dogs shared. As Philip was taken into another room to be shaved, Dade insisted on following. I got teary just thinking about Dade's worried expression when he walked into the room looking for Philip, Lori Schinderly, an assistant vet tech at Dove Lewis, said in a release. They were so attached. You could tell that they were meant for each other. Dade didn't leave Philip's side, and he wouldn't stop kissing him and loving him. Before long, Philip looked like a whole new dog. Fortunately, even after what had been likely years of neglect, Philip and Dade were given a good prognosis. Philip had a couple of ailments that would take a few weeks to recover from before he could be adopted, but simply by being rescued that day, their world had already changed for the better, and they still had each other. Once everyone was done with exams and shaved, they got to take just a breather and hang out together before we loaded up and headed back to our shelter, Condon said. Finding a forever home is often a difficult task for just one single dog with a rough past, but staff at the shelter hoped a potential adopter would take Philip and Dade together. After all, it was clear that they were inseparable. Condon even made sure that they were kept in the same kennel. After just a few weeks at the shelter, Philip and Dade's dream came true. A woman who had heard about their story decided to give them the home they deserve, together. Both dogs are gaining weight and settled into their new lives as cherished pets in a loving home. There, Philip and Dade remain inseparable. They're doing extremely well, the dog's new owner, Jennifer, told the Dodo. They usually sleep together in the same bed every night, even though there's another bed right next to it. It's a perfect ending for Philip and Dade, celebrated by those who helped save them. From the moment they left our hospital, we were hopeful that they'd be adopted by the same owner, Fallander said. They clearly belong together.